A Lexus IS F or a BMW E46 M3 is perhaps not the most normal comparison in the world, but welcome to a moment in time in my brain, because this or an E46 M3 are my two picks for my new car. I sold my JZX 100 in April and I put a large portion of that into building Stay Driven. And now that's over and done with, for the first drop at least. It's time to buy my new car. And the decision for me is down to one of these or a dream for me, a BMW E46 M3, which is a good full circle right back to my very first car, which was an E46 325 Ci in Topaz Blue. The M3 has always been the be all end all for me. And I just drove this from Lawn to Apollo Bay, and it's made my decision a whole lot harder. Welcome everybody, hello if you're new. If you are new around the place, my name's Pat, and this might even be a good refresher for everyone else. I've owned 27 cars at the age of 26, so it's fair to say that I am reasonably indecisive and like to change cars more than I change my jocks. And today I've been invited out to a cruise with some Lexus F cars. I've always loved the Lexus F cars. I think they are honestly some of the most underrated cars that have ever come out of Japan. And that's a big call, but for what these cars pack, naturally aspirated V8, some models have an LSD, the interior is pretty good. The gearbox in the ISF is the first ever 8-speed gearbox to ever come in a road car. It's pretty cool bit of tech. And after driving one for the very first time today, I realized why my subconscious has pulled the ISF into the discussion of my new car versus an E46 M3. So I wanna show you around what we have to play with today very, very quickly. Then we're gonna get into a drive. We're going to keep it short because I really need to make my mind up. Now, if you have no idea about the Lexus ISF, let me bring you up to speed. The ISF is the first proper performance sedan from Lexus ever, and in my opinion, it's one of the greatest sleeper cars of the 2000s. Born in the shadow of the E90 and E92 M3 and the W204 Mercedes C63 AMG, the ISF was Lexus's no-holds-barred answer to Germany's sports sedans, a punchy Japanese car with luxury DNA. Under the bonnet, you'll find a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 co-developed with Yamaha, revving to 7,000 RPM and delivering 311 kilowatts and 505 Newton meters of torque. It sounds absolutely phenomenal, and I like to think of it as a JDM muscle car wearing a tuxedo. The ISF was tested and tuned at Fuji Speedway, which is where the F in the ISF comes from, and you can feel it in the way that it attacks corners, even with its 8-speed auto, which is the first 8-speed auto ever in a production car. The one con that I have with these is that it's not a manual, however it is brutally effective and it still holds its own even in the modern era today. What makes it a solid all-rounder is the way it blends everyday comfort, understated styling, and serious performance. You get a V8, a reliable platform, and something different. A car that's aged with class and still delivers a proper punch. And it's not just RCFs that we have here today, which is the ISF's two-door friend, but instead we also have these. This is a Lexus GSF. You also get a 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 in these, but this is more of a comparison to BMW's M5 or 5 Series platform, whereas ISF is a more natural comparison to the 3 Series or M3 platform, which is why I'm considering it. I would love one of these. If the decision was this or an E46 M3, I'd probably buy this because this is awesome. They've been making these cars right up until the 2020s. The interior is a lot nicer than the ISF, which is a little bit on the more outdated side now, although it is still very, very nice. But man, these are super, super cool, and these definitely don't get enough love. You can definitely argue that the ISFs are a car that people love, but the GSFs do not get enough respect. But with the GSF out of the discussion for now, we need to focus really on what I'm here for. Let me introduce you to what I'm driving today. This is Max's ISF. Max has very kindly asked me to come out today because he knows by following me on my Instagram how much I want one of these cars. And to be here with all these super cool F cars genuinely makes the decision really, really hard. And a little bit of a rundown of Max's car so we can compare it to a potential M3 option. Max's car has some freshly installed HKS coilovers, and it's also got some Bridgestone RE71Rs, which he says are a godsend. He thinks these are really, really good tires, so I guess we'll put that to the test. This car also has an X-Force exhaust, which of course sounds a little like this. And other than that, he has put a whole lot of work into the suspension and handling of this car with a really good solid alignment to make sure it's set up for the exact sort of driving that we're doing today. But the thing that I really like about these cars is not only can you put them in full attack mode and you can just absolutely hammer them, but they become real docile cruisers when you close the exhaust valves, you put it back into normal drive mode, take it out of sport mode, and you just want to cruise down to the shops, or in my case, leave really early for the gym in the morning. So now we've introduced the cars, we've had a bit of a look around, we've set the scene. My mind is open to new possibilities. Let's go for a drive and see what it's all about. All right, so first ever time properly driving an ISF. And as I said earlier, just seeing this car and seeing all these cars actually today makes this decision a whole lot harder for me. But now that I'm actually behind the wheel, driving this thing along the Great Ocean Road, hearing that, or hearing this, like, kicks, doesn't it? It's just impossible not to like kick it down several gears. Oh wow, it's just heaven. The ocean, the V8 car, it's like awesome.
You literally just want to sit.
I know, you just want to go up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's perfect.
The gearbox actually makes it so enjoyable. I feel like if it had a 6-speed, like it just wouldn't be the same, like, because it gets into the gears so quickly. It's so enjoyable to just like, you sit high in the RPM and it just like bang, 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 and then slow down and do the same thing again.
And it's like, what, how old is this now? It's 2008.
Yeah.
So 15-year-old car.
Yeah.
About. And this gearbox feels as good as some of the new European cars.
For an auto, it's actually very quick. Like, the thing they say that they don't have much steering feel is only like main downfall with them, like in terms of handling wise, but like once you set them up good, they feel okay, but like nowhere near like a BMW. You get BMW, it's like, or like I'd imagine Porsches would be, I'm really
yeah, you just want to keep just like hammering it all the way down.
It's got so many gears to go down.
I know. Yeah, like I'll get up to 7th and I'm like, oh, am I down at 4th? I'm still in 5th. I think the balance as well really surprised me as well, just how nice this is to drive. So I was trying to describe it before, but you've got coilovers on here. Yeah. And you've got an intake.
So it's got coilovers, camber arms, it's got braided lines, good upgraded pads, and done bushes as well. Yep. Poly bushes, which helps it a lot on the front end. Yeah, exhaust, the diff, intake, that's it really. The tyres and the wheels are the most important thing. Yeah. So, like in terms of actually making it drive as good as it does, everyone stays on staggered. Most people will do 225 front, 255 rear, or like they always go wider on the rear. It doesn't need wider rear, they need to be square.
Yeah. So what size are the wheels and tyres on this?
255, so they're 19-inch wheels. Yeah. And they're 19 by 9, and the 255 square all rounds. Yeah, right. On the RS71 RSs. So the front on being on 255 is like game changer. Oof.
Love to try one with a same level of mods, but the LSD. Do you reckon that would make much of a difference?
Well, I've driven ones with LSD. In this situation, there's no difference. At all. And like, to be honest with you, like you can slide them pretty easily with the way it is. Like people think, oh, it needs LSD. It does. Like it obviously helps to have it, but it's not as easy. It's not as needed as you'd like expect it to be. Yeah. If it doesn't have it, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
If you know how to drive it, that's why. Like, I guess the R8s are cheaper for that reason as well.
It's just that sound is so addictive. I think that's probably the number one thing that would make me want to like not buy an E46. It's just that noise. It's just honestly one of the best sounding V8s I've heard for a long time. Yamaha don't just make pianos. It's so hard not to just smile the whole time, isn't it?
I know.
It's just crazy. But the crazy thing that like is just when we're rolling out of town, it just feels like a Camry. Yeah. And then as soon as you like turn the traction off, flick it into manual mode, open the exhaust up, it's a whole different beast. Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, we're back where we started now. That honestly, has made that decision a whole lot harder. I did not expect that my mind could be altered like that. I was dead set on the M3 and honestly wanted to keep the narrative of the ISF going just because I wanted to try and keep that possibility alive, and I'm really, really glad that I did, because that is such an awesome car. It strikes the perfect level of power, sound, balance, agility, but still when you want to slap it down and cruise around like we just did when we came into town, it honestly feels like a normal car. I feel really conflicted. I honestly feel really conflicted. I think you could tell by my driving that I was honestly shocked with how that car performs. It sounds incredible, but I just don't know if I can pull myself away from the dream of an E46 M3, because God, those cars drive so well. They look so good. I don't know if it would be a better fit for what I'm wanting to do with the brand or the channel, but this is where I need your input. I've got a lot to think about, but I want to know what you think, what car I should buy next, in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for any future updates. I'm keen to know your thoughts. We're going to get back to this topic very, very soon, but thank you so much for watching. My name's Pat. This has been 2PJZ. Stay driven, and we'll see you in the next one.